Don't let the front of the boat hit the concrete, bro.
Oh, sorry, I had to fix the boat. I mean, the smallies just can't help it. I mean, look at this sucker. He's just moving all around. Oh, you know what would be a good one? Is those ones I just got in the Monsterbass box. Big, wide. Not on day 2. Oh, I have a fish. I don't know if I've set the hook yet. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Chilled Outdoors. Today's video is a little bit of an update for us. So I was gonna be done with the subscription box videos. I got hunting stuff to do. I got other videos to make. But you know, there was one box that stood out to me this summer. And so for that reason, I'm gonna stick around and keep making Monsterbass videos. And today's video is gonna be my favorite lures that I have received this year so far from Monsterbass. When I first got Monsterbass, one of the first lures that I tried was the Reaction Strike RXM 80 and the Bait Labs jerk baits. Of course, this was early spring. Both of these baits did me very, very well. Caught a lot of fish, especially I'm on the south end of my local reservoir right now, and the water's usually pretty clear over here. And this sucker was just tearing them up. And then one day this wasn't working, and I switched over to this, and this sucker was working. Now this is like a little hybrid. I don't remember what they call it exactly, but it's like a hybrid crank and jerk bait. And I mean, I was catching them both ways, straight reeling, jerking it around, leaving it there. It was catching fish in both manners. So the 2 jerk baits I got in the early season from Monsterbass did me really well. So the next thing I got from Monsterbass that I used all summer, I went out and had to buy more of these. The Yum Christy Craw. Look at this bad boy. This sucker did me well all year. I'm still using it. I have one tied on today. I mean, it just has amazing movement. Now, I've used these before, but I guess I had forgotten how well they worked. In fact, I paired it up with another lure, which made my top list for my favorite Monsterbass lures, the Z-Man Cross-Eyed Football Jig Head. I paired these up. The color is just absolutely perfect. Both of these items came in a Monsterbass box, and they just paired up so well. Yum Christy Craw and the Z-Man Cross-Eyed Football Jig Head. Next lure that I absolutely fell in love with, had to order more off the interwebs, the rabbit baits. Now, not so much around here, but when we went up north, Ned rigging these suckers around, I mean, the smallies just can't help it. I mean, look at this sucker. He's just moving all around. Now, what's really cool about these baits is if you can see, they have like little furry claws. So if you're up north or if you are on a smallmouth fishery and you love Ned rigging, man, the rabbit baits, look at that thing. If it wasn't for Monsterbass, I would have never even heard of these. And that's what's great about Monsterbass. USA brands, made in America, and some of the best lures that you may not ever hear of if you're not like a local individual that knows somebody who knows somebody. So, let's get into a big company though. 13 Fishing. 13 Fishing, the Ninja Craw, has been one of my best punching rigs this year.
Nice or no?
Yeah, decent.
Nice. Want the
Hey-oh! Keeper. Keeper size.
Alright, so maybe we're on here in this spot.
Yeah, we are. Oh, you know what would be a good one? Is those ones I just got in the Monsterbass box. Big, wide. You might be onto something with that. That might be a good idea. Right, I'm telling you that it doesn't.
I know it does. I know it does.
This is what I was gonna try.
Alright, Bill, switch. Too much water.
Ooh, bro. Where's my crawdad scent? Not on day 2. Oh, I have a fish. I don't know if I've set the hook yet.
You're good. You're good. Oh, nice one. Here. I got you.
He's coming back around.
Oh, buddy.
Oh. Well,
I can't get him.
why can't you?
You're too far out. That's a nice one, though.
Dude, I didn't even know I had him. I thought I was in the weeds.
You had him hooked so good.
Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, he might be digging a little bit still. Here, get my phone.
pick it up. I think they just find it in that grass and just pick it up.
That's on that big 13 fishing one. Bright purple on one side, green on the other side. Had to go out and buy some more. And these are just insane. I had an Instagram post where I put chartreuse on the claws because we had some clearer water that we were punching, some thick vegetation, and it was just absolutely dominating. For that reason, this is one of my favorite pickups from Monsterbass. Top water. One of the earlier baits I got from Monsterbass was this stutter step. Now, this is not the one Monsterbass gave me. I got it stuck in a tree, but I had to go out and buy this one because I liked it so much. The stutter step has an insane jiggle to it. I mean, I don't even know how else to explain it. The way it moves in the water, the hunt, I guess you could call it, the retrieve, it just wiggles. It just wiggles and jiggles all over the place, and I absolutely love it. Gets a lot of bites, especially during the spawn when those fish are up on their beds and stuff. It just pulls bites. So I had to go out and get another one, but the original one I got was a nice one too. Stutter Step 4.0 actually. Now, using Monsterbass, I have been introduced to some of these companies that I really never purchased before using Monsterbass. So this is a whole group of lures I have received from Monsterbass, but the biggest thing about them is I just love this company now. The lures are great, they're very durable, they catch fish, and that is X-Zone Lures. I mean, look at all these things that I got. Look at all these X-Zone Lures, all from my Monsterbass boxes. We got Blitz Worm, 11-inch worm. I only have a couple left, used almost all of those. The Muscleback Finesse, 3.25. Used several of these, I Ned rigged them, and I used them as a jig trailer. Let's see, the Adrenaline Bug, Punch and Rig. I only used one of these, but the day that I used it caught multiple fish. Just one of those companies that, okay, I guess I'll wait for this freaking plane. And another company I'm really glad I found through Monsterbass is Lifted Jigs. I got one of their swim jigs right here. I've gotten ball heads, I've gotten jig heads, I've gotten swim jigs. Lifted Jigs is legit. Now let's get into what was my favorite box. I got 3 months of the green box, 4 or 5 months of the blue box. So what was my favorite box? Well, it was the Topwater box. The Topwater box was my favorite box so far. The Z-Man Finesse Frogs, I've already used one of those. The Monsterbass Patriot, which is tied on in the rod locker right now. The Booyah Toad Runner Jr. All these are lures I use all the time. The Bass Hick Popper, haven't even gotten this sucker out just because it looks so pretty. Look at that sucker. Excite Buzzbait. I throw buzzbaits all the time. I just bought another buzzbait today. I got buzzbaits laying everywhere. Love buzzbaits. Hendrick's Fishing Frog. The detail in this frog is just ridiculous. I'll show some close-ups, but this frog, I mean, it even has little hands. Look at that sucker. The hooks are extremely sticky. I love the frilly legs as compared to like the little rubbery legs. Just a good looking frog. Looks mean. Look at that. Got a glimmer to the eye. Not to mention it came with canine fluorocarbon line and some katana hooks. So for those reasons, the Topwater box was definitely my favorite box so far. So what about those of you at home? What was your favorite lure that I just showed you today? Which one of these lures? If I was gonna say give one away to somebody, which one of these would you want? Make sure you check out Monsterbass's channel. Go over there, click subscribe. Of course, you better be subscribed here. Drop a comment below, say whatever you need to say. I reply to all of the comments and I appreciate every single one of you. The channel has exploded and I'm just super excited for where life is gonna take us with this channel. So thank you so much for being here. Make sure you check out Monsterbass. Make sure you click the little bell so you get them notifications here and on the Monsterbass channel. Check out Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Peace.